Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic: non-Americans, what is the best American food? European who moved to the States, so I've tried some American dishes that are beyond what is common back home. Lobster rolls. OMG, these would be so popular back home. They are the perfect seafood sandwich. Smoked brisket. Wow. I tried this in some small Texas town and that place deserves a Michelin star. Key lime pie. I think I ate a whole one by myself when I was in Miami. Chocolate chip cookies. This is a list of my favorite foods. And imagine trying these for the first time like this guy. Yum. Bruh, you two don't have chocolate chip cookies. How do you even go on with life? We have some similar biscuits but none are as near as good as chocolate chip cookies in the US. This bakery by me makes a monster one with Dutch chocolate and pecans. It is worth the extra pant size. American here. This is a great list. I endorse everything. And all four could be served at the same meal. I lived in Asia and when I visited the USA for 10 days my entire diet was basically Texas barbecue with all the sides. All the pies: apple, peach, pecan, key lime. Philly cheesesteak. Hamburger and fries. The simple desserts like fudge brownies, chocolate chip cookies, Krispy Kreme plain glazed doubts. Soft drinks like Drive. Pepper and root beer are absolutely hated in Asia. I heard that root beer in particular is hated. I saw a YouTube video of some Koreans trying it, and they said it tasted like medicine. Edit: I'm having trouble processing that what may be my most upvoted Reddit comment of all time is this. My favorite scene in Star Trek is two aliens drinking root beer and discussing how it's not merely terrible but actively insidious because the more you drink the more you come to like it. In the US we have that bubblegum flavor that's used in children's medicine. Apparently in other countries, they use a root beer type flavor for that medicine. Y'all have barbecue down to a fucking science. In some places like St. Louis, KC and TX it's like a religion. Edit: seems like I won't be able to set foot in the Carolinas ever again. It's like a religion. Fixed it for you. I thought the religion was college football and barbecue was merely a sacrament. Live in KC and there are more barbecue joints here than you can shake a stick at, if shaking stick is what you do. When I visited KC, I did 4 meals a day just to squeeze in as many barbecue joint meals as I could. Worth it. As a professional stick shaker, I can confirm that the KC Metro Municipal Stick Shaking Department is woefully underfunded. I really like Reuben sandwiches. This is an excellent choice that I wasn't expecting to see. A well-made Reuben's is king among sandwiches. Also a big fan of Cuberos and Muffaletta. When I try a new place, if they have a Reuben, I'll try that first, because if they can do that well, everything else on the menu is probably pretty good. Edit: much love to all you fellow Reuben enthusiasts out there, and thank you for the awards. After reading these threads I'm convinced I could make a killing by moving to Europe with my smoker and laying down some barbecue. I had a friend from France here for nearly 6 months, took him around the mid-Atlantic and NYC. And all he wanted to do was keep going back to our buys for the beef and cheddar. God damn it, Johnny. You know I love my big beef and cheddars. This is the funniest one here. I know, right? I'm legit laughing out loud but at the same time it's so wholesome. And honesty as fast food goes you can do much worse than an Arby's beef and cheddar. I may be a simpleton, but an average diner with bottomless filter coffee, pancakes, bacon and syrup was my favorite part of the day. Although I did put on about 10 to 15 kg after a month in Texas. Waffle House. Waffle House is a goddamned cultural foundation of this country and I won't hear any different. Edit: homies, it's a joke. You can stop telling me that Waffle House doesn't exist outside the South and so it's not a cultural foundation lol. Thank you everyone, I think I have now learned nearly every state that has Waffle House lol. I saw a shirt that said Denny's is just Waffle House for people who can't fight. Pro tip for non-Americans: if you are ever in the US for Thanksgiving, end of November, and have nothing to do, go on the local city subreddit where you are and post that you are a foreigner who would like to experience Thanksgiving and I guarantee you will get an invite from someone to the best holiday we have. Unethical pro tip for Americans: do the same, but put on a fake accent. You could just say you're alone and people would invite you. Edit, no way I can reply to all these messages, but from age 18 to 24, strangers or friends' families is why I always had a good Thanksgiving. In Vietnam, chocolate chip cookies are called American cookies. I always wondered about this, like if certain dishes or whatever were called American. Like in the USA, we will say, let's go out for Italian food or whatever. Like if there were an American restaurant in another country, what would be on the menu? Ha! Interestingly enough, the Vietnamese generally also view spaghetti and especially lasagna as American. There was actually a restaurant I saw the first time I was there called Uncle Sam's All-American Grill. They had steak, spaghetti, soda. On the marquee the way Buffalo Wild Wings has wings, beer, sports. In other countries, Cool Ranch Doritos are labeled Cool American. I went to an American-style restaurant in Warsaw. They had cheeseburgers, chicken strips, wings, nachos, etc. Standard bar fare. And it was all terrible. Like imagine a cafeteria food version of those things, and make it worse. Are buffalo wings American? Because that's modern-day ambrosia. Edit, yes of course with blue cheese sauce, I'm a functioning human being. Straight out of Buffalo, New York. Representing Western NY with the buffalo chicken wings and garbage plates. Yes, sadly, harvesting all the buffaloes for their wings has had a massive impact on their wild populations. I haven't seen one fly over ever. I think we made them extinct. Gumbo. I'm talking cooked by somebody raised south of I-10. Gumbo is so good. It's definitely worth the work. Gumbo from a grandmother's kitchen south of 1 to 10 in a small town, you'll think you've died and gone to heaven. American here, but recently spoke with an Italian exchange student and asked him what he would miss most about the States. Deadass, he said chicken parm. That's not an Italian thing. He said the first time he had it, he called his friend back home to tell them about, and she hung up on him. She hung up on him. This is too funny. Italians get straight up indignant about what we call Italian food. They take it as a personal insult. I was in Australia recently and got met with confusion when I asked what kind of pasta their chicken parm usually comes with. Apparently it's just pub food there, not a full-on dinner plate, so it's usually served with fries. You know what, good for them. I would love a nice crispy chicken parm and some fries. From a Scottish friend of mine, chicken fried steak with biscuits and gravy. Gotta appreciate it when a Scot compliments another country's deep frying. Game respects game. Given the level of Mexican food in Europe generally, Tex-Mex is insane compared to what we get over here. I went to Mexican restaurant in Europe and was like, what the hell was that? I'm Mexican and dude, the contrast really is ridiculously stark lol. I had a burrito in Southern Europe. The tortilla was a crepe and the salsa was ketchup. Honestly, Taco Bell would have been 1000% better. California has such great Mexican food that I am fine considering it local cuisine. San Diego Mexican food is fucking amazing. It's probably the only thing I miss about living in La. The burritos and tacos often had me nearly in tears. Took an hour and a half in traffic and nearly getting carjacked, but there is a guy in Boyle Heights that sets up outside of an auto zone. He doesn't speak a lick of English and I can guarantee his stand isn't up to code, but the burrito he makes will make your knees weak. He was dubbed by the locals as the burrito Ija. I've considered practicing my Spanish and flying out there. Last time I couldn't seem to communicate that I wanted cheese and sour cream despite saying queso y crema in a terrible Mexican accent. Damn, I want that burrito. I'm Italian. I still dream of the meat I've eaten in the USA. Also, Mexican food. By that I mean whatever it is you guys eat in California. Also, junk food. Also, I might have had the 2 best cakes of my life in the US. One was a carrot cake at a wedding, another one was a burnt almond cake. Also, everything that comes with Thanksgiving, the turkey, the mashed potatoes, the deviled eggs. Also, apple pie. Also, I forgot the most important thing. In-N-Out burgers. Also, the breakfast. I loved having that giant-ass food plated and infinite coffee refills. Also, doubts from the local Chinese mom and pop store down the road. Also, bagels. I edited this post and will continue if more stuff comes to mind. The US doesn't get enough credit for food, especially by Italians. Edit, wow this blew. Europe and Asia, why are Americans so fat? Visits USA, gains 10 pounds in a week. Pavlovian response to thinking about American food installed. I remember my cousins from Italy visited in the 1980s. They wanted hamburgers every fucking day. They had to buy new clothes by the time they left. If you aren't prepared for our food culture, it will mess you up. Weird. My wife is Italian and her list is also, 1. The steak she had when she went to Nebraska one time, and 2. Apple pie.